Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening today. This is going to be the mid-December 2021 general reading for the zodiac sign of Cancer. Totally fine if you find this video a few days before the middle of the month, a few days after the middle of the month. You're going to find it when you need it, which is always nice. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I will do my best to provide you any messages you need in this one reading. In the event that this reading doesn't resonate with you, though, I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So in the first column, we're going to take a look at energies and things that are coming to a close, things that are wrapping up. It's kind of a reflection of the last few weeks or the last month for you, Cancer. We're going to pull a affirmation card that also serves as a summary. We have the card, I Will Surrender. This could possibly be surrendering some old feelings, surrendering things that no longer serve you, which is always good. But let's see what the cards have to say, what's been going on. That's quite the spread there, Cancer, to start with, which is awesome. Let's talk this through. So we have the Magician card. The Magician card is the card of being able to turn your visions into reality. It's very focused. It's very creative. We have the Infinity sign, the Abundance sign here at the top, but there's Pentacle, there's Cup, there's a Sword, and there's Wand. So really, kind of whatever you want can come true. Keep that in mind as we go into the end of the year as well. Then we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups very closely echoes the Magician card. This is wishes coming true. This is material abundance. This is good health. So some of you may have been like wanting something and it came true. Both of these cards are saying that. With that also, some of you could be having better finances or better health, which is always wonderful too. Then we have the World card. Kind of cool to see this, honestly, coming through at the end of the year. This is a card about completing, so it makes sense we're completing the end of the year. But that may not be the case. This in general is just a card of completion. So you could have been completing a goal. You could have been completing a time in your life. You could have been completing a lesson. It's also a card of travel. So some of you may have done some traveling. But let's clarify any messages that we have here. The first card that we have is the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork, collaboration. It's very skilled. It's very quality type work. For those of you needing validation, I feel like that you have been doing great work, but a very much so a teamwork card. So whatever this thing you've been wanting, you may have partnered with somebody else to get it. You may have collaborated with somebody to get it, but also at the end of the day, you've been working really hard for it too. Our next card is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a low card. It's a card of being in a low place. It's a card of not feeling good. I hate to say it, but the meaning of this card is kind of rock bottom. However, we have this paired with a really, really wonderful card, which is the Nine of Cups. I feel like you're realizing that you can obtain what you want. So for a lot of you, you've gone from this low place to a much better place, which is great to see. Then we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a card of confidence and self-assurance. So as you complete this, I hope that you are leaving this goal or this lesson or this cycle of completion with more confidence and more self-assurance. You learned a lot during whatever this lesson or goal was, and giving you the ability to be much more confident, much more self-assured, really, really confident is what's coming through there. So now let's take a look, Cancer, at what's coming for the next few weeks. So how we're going to finish up December. And the card we have is I Feel Grateful. Grateful is good. Make sure you appreciate the things you have, those around you. Make sure you are grateful for yourself. But really good card, especially I feel like we get into this cycle of thankfulness and gratefulness at the end of the year. But let's see what messages I can give you. I'm liking all these major arcana messages, big bold messages for you, Cancer. But the first card you have here is the Hermit. The Hermit is going within for clarity. It could also be like being on a personal quest or a journey. We're all on a personal quest or journey in some sort. With this light here, it's about going within, looking for answers within. My recommendation, just based off of that, as things come up in the next few weeks, you know the answer. Trust your gut, trust your intuition. As things come up, kind of go within, think them through. We have the Fool card. I love this also. New beginnings at the end of the year. New year, new you. I'm all about it. The Fool, this is like refreshing hope. It's taking chances. It's going on a new path, new beginning. Very well aligned with our World card. I'm saying something's coming to an end and you have new beginnings coming in. Have to love that. And your new beginnings look like knight in shining armor. We have the Knight of Cups. This is the cup, the Knight in shining armor card. This is like Prince Charming or Princess Charming. It's very romantic and it's oftentimes a new opportunity or a new proposal. Some of you could be finding a new relationship and it's going to be wonderful. It's that Knight in shining armor. Others of you are just going to be finding new, very attractive opportunities in life. And as they come about, make sure you're trusting your intuition, thinking them through. So let's clarify this column and see what we come up with. The Devil card is the first one that we have. This is a card of greed. It could be envy. It could be materialism. It could be some sort of obsession. So with the Hermit card being thinking to yourself, the one warning I'm going to give you is not to be overthinking things. Don't be obsessive. Don't be sinking a lot of energy into any one thing. Think about it. The other message that's coming through, Cancer, and I'm going to put it out there. We'll see if it resonates or it doesn't. Don't compare whatever you have going on to somebody else. And what I mean by that is you're on your own journey. You want your own things in life. Your definition of success and my definition of success. Your definition of happiness, my definition of happiness. Those are all different things. So when you are thinking about things, you need to think about you. Don't think about what somebody else would want. Don't think about how somebody else would respond. This is thinking about you. This is going in and finding answers within you. Don't let the envy come through. Don't overthink. Those are my messages. Hopefully that makes sense. We have the King of Wands also. The King of Wands is a very bold card. It's very charming. It's very powerful. It's very courageous. What I'm getting is you need to be brave. You need to be bold. You need to have a lot of courage going into this new chapter. You need to go into it knowing that you know everything that you need. Be confident that you have what you need. Be confident you're the right person for the job. Be confident you have the right skills. So go into this confidently and have that courage going forward. It's going to be a very bold and powerful move, and you are ready for it, Cancer. The next card that we have is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, too many burdens. I feel like, Cancer, this card has kind of haunted you. I feel like it's been in a lot of your readings. However, we're at the end of the year, so let's take the time to kind of break this cycle. With the Ten of Wands, you have this person. They're carrying all of these things. It's just too many things. They're leaning into the bundle of wands, crying. It's stress. It's exhaustion. It's too many things going on. Take this new opportunity as a way to separate yourself from all these things. Make sure you are meditating, exercising, resting, taking care of yourself. And I feel like things will come to you. I mean, this better, whether it's relationship, thought process, this kind of knight in shining armor energy, you're going to get to move away from this, but make sure that you're taking care of yourself going into the end of the year. Now let's take a look at our next column is going to be specific to money. This could be your career. This could be your job. It could be finances, investments, businesses you run, really anything touching money. So let's run through that and see what messages we have. So you do have two greed cards. I'm just going to point it out. I'm not saying you are greedy, Cancer. I'm just going to put it out there because that's what the message is. Both the Devil card and the Four of Pentacle cards can mean greed. So make sure you are not being greedy. I can give you fair warning there. But let's read through these two because they don't always mean greed. But I wanted to touch on that message quickly. We have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of greed, but it's also a card of long-term security. So aside from the greed message, I think that you are on the right career or financial or investment or running your own business path. It feels long-term and it feels successful. Of course, we'll clarify and see what other messages come through. But moving on to the next card, we have the Queen of Swords. This is a very self-sufficient person and a very honest person. I love seeing the self-sufficient type energy in the finance column because it means that you have what you need, you're providing for yourself. If those of you are feeling you haven't been self-sufficient, I feel like you are going to enter into a point where maybe you're making more money or in some way, shape, or form you've become more self-sufficient, which is really good. Then we have the Devil card. I already touched on this a tiny bit regarding greed, but this can also be very materialistic or very envious. Maybe, again, stay away from the greedy piece, but don't be envying others' possessions. Don't be materialistic. In some cases, I'm getting the message of like, give a gift other than something physical. Maybe you give a coupon book to your spouse, or maybe you bake cookies or something for people. It's not all about physical possessions going in. But let's clarify what other money messages we have for you, Cancer. So we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of teamwork, commerce. It could also be expansion and travel. Makes sense that with the commerce piece that it's in our money column. But I think for some of you, business will be expanding, especially if you own your own business, run your own business. Business is going to be expanding, and that's what's going to give you that long-term security. From a teamwork perspective, that's good too. I feel like you're just in a good team at work. Some of you could be traveling for work as well. But I feel like for a lot of you, your businesses will be expanding, your workload will be expanding. Then we have the Strength card. The Strength card is a card of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, courage. It's interesting because this was the card I was telling you about being self-sufficient. You are really doing your own thing, Cancer, and it's really nice to see. The Strength card is just solidifying that. You really are taking care of yourself on the self-love front, unconditional love, self-respect. That's on top of that Queen of Swords, which we were saying is very self-sufficient, very honest. So you're possessing a lot of traits. You're doing really good work. You're just doing well for yourself in general, Cancer. Then we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of gifts or reunion. I feel like some of you will be reconnected with people during the holiday season. This also could be like reconnecting with a coworker, which is an interesting message, but like maybe you moved to different departments, now you've come back together, or you're coming back together with a business partner. This is a card of gifts though, and I want to circle back to what I said about the Devil card earlier, is be giving thoughtful gifts. They don't need to be materialistic. But this could also be you getting a end of year or holiday bonus. So some of you will be getting an end of year or holiday bonus. In our next column, we're going to talk about anything related to loves. This is love, relationships, family, could be friends. Let's see what messages we have here. The first card that we have is the Highest Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of intuition and trusting yourself. There could also be a secret. Secrets aren't necessarily the best thing in relationships, so kind of keep an eye out for that. Whether you're keeping maybe a secret, Cancer, that you shouldn't be, or somebody's keeping a secret from you. If there are no secrets, trust your gut, trust your intuition. Then we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is quick. It's a quick moving card. It's a speedy card. It's action. It's quick change. Could also be news coming in. Maybe you find out about this secret, and I'm not saying it's going to derail your relationship or anything, but I feel like you are going to find something out. Could be from a family member. It could be from a friend. It could be from your spouse. and it will likely come pretty quickly. If you're single too, I do think that some of you will find a relationship and find a relationship quite quickly, since that card does move fast. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is leaving a legacy. This is retirement. This is inheritance. So you or someone in your family may be retiring, but you could be looking to leave a legacy for your family. So in the relationships column, you could be making family type moves, if that makes sense. With the Ten of Pentacles, this is also a card of inheritance. So you may be receiving an inheritance from a family member. Let's clarify this column. So we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a very curious card. It's gossip, it's spying, it's truth. Remember how we were talking about the secret? I do think there will be a secret that will come to light. You'll find out truth on something. So there's just something that you don't know, Cancer, already that you're going to find out. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful. It's a card of fertility. If you're trying to get pregnant, this would be a great time. This could also be grandbabies for you as well. This is also quick change. So for some of you may have been trying for a while, this could be that quick shift that you're looking for. Not always just pregnancy though. So Queen of Pentacles can also just be a resourceful time. So you might find out that you're going to be able to be resourceful in a way that you haven't been, or you might shift to being more resourceful. Then we have the Hangman. This is kind of like stagnant. You're hanging upside down, looking for answers, trying to figure out the next move. So I think for a lot of you, you've been trying to figure out whatever this next move is for a while. You could have been waiting for this inheritance for a while. You could have been waiting for this retirement for a while, your family member, but things are finally moving. We have the Eight of Wands, which is again an action card where things maybe were formerly stagnant. Now let's take a look at our final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. The card is I feel open. Make sure you feel open or stay open to things coming to you. Be open with yourself, be open and honest with others, but make sure you're open to receiving all the wonderful things coming towards you. Let's see what message we have. Okay, I really like the Nine of Wands being directly under the open card, because this is about keeping and maintaining boundaries. If you look at this card, there's a bunch of wands stuck into the ground, and this person didn't build a wall to keep things out, but they're filtering what's coming into them, which I really, really like. You're only letting in the good. You're only open to the good things. So there will be some boundaries, and you're kind of filtering what's coming into your life. Then we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of nightmare, anxiety, grief, depression. It's like whatever's happening is keeping you awake at night. We want to make sure that we limit that. We'll see if we can clarify that message. Maybe by adding more boundaries, you're cutting things out of life that were formerly keeping you awake. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. This is a very patient person. This could be a new job or raise or money news. Again, I do think some of you are going to be getting an end of the year bonus or holiday bonus. But let's clarify and see what kind of messages we get. You can have both of those, I suppose. They both wanted to come out. Okay, so we have the Judgment card. This is a card of clarity. It's a final decision. So I feel like you are clear now on what you want with these boundaries, and boundaries came up again. So it's only being open to the things that serve you, things that are good for you, Cancer. The Judgment is favorable, but you have clarity on what you want now. You've made a decision on what you're going to allow in and out. I do think that this Nine of Swords is related, like certain things were keeping you up, and finally you were like, I'm not going to interact with this person anymore. I'm not going to interact with this type of energy. And it's quite beneficial, especially because now we have the Six of Wands on top here. This is recognition, good news, success. So I would say that these new boundaries are quite meaningful for you. It's going to prevent you from staying up at night. So then we have the Page of Pentacles, which was our first card. That's that new job, money, raise news. The Nine of Wands is really just solidifying those boundaries. I don't know what that means for you, but you do need to make sure you have good boundaries, especially because they are quite beneficial. We have the Tower, which is oftentimes an unwanted change. So some of you maybe didn't want to change jobs and you're going to, but it's going to be really good. You're going to have new boundaries. It's going to be successful. You could be staying awake at night because of whatever the shift is that's going to happen. So there may be a Tower moment where the change kind of catches you off guard, but everything is saying it's going to be good for you. I do think for some of you it's going to be job related just because it's on top of the Page of Pentacles. So it could be job or raise. Potentially you're getting promoted and you're like, well, I don't know if I wanted to be promoted. I think it'll be good, Cancer. So now, at this point in time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 additional questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch Fortune Telling deck, and I'll give you 3 yes or no's. If you don't have questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of those questions really quick. But for question number 1, we have the King of Clubs. This is number 50 card. That is going to be a yes for you, Cancer. Question number 2, we have the 3 of Hearts. This is the number 1 card. This is also a yes. And then for question number 3, this is the 8 of Hearts. This is the number 36 card. This is going to be a no. So yes, yes, no, Cancer. During the December general reading, I did pull a card from the Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal for you to carry with you throughout the month. Put it in your pocket, put it on your desk at work, put it on your nightstand. You got Fire Opal. It can be any piece of opal you have, but it helps with passion and being spontaneous. It brings you kind of like firework energy. It keeps you very cheerful, creative, and makes you quite passionate. I don't typically do this, but I'm going to pull a card from the Let Go deck. Since we're at the end of the year, we do need to let go of 2021 and move into 2022. Your let go message is, let all distractions float by, concentrate on the things you really want. Thank you so much, Cancer, for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to give you a healing note as well. You know, we always need more healing, and see what that message is. Healing, love, and light from me to you, always. You can count on that, Cancer. But thank you, Cancer, so much for tuning in, watching, listening today. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this resonates with you. Also, if you subscribe, you'll be notified when I post new videos. But thank you again, Cancer. Finish out December strong. I'm looking forward to 2022 with you.